Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to upload a video to YouTube. You'll need to do this for the branding statement and elevator pitch self-promotion video assignment, and also for the webinar presentation assignment for the course Digital Literacy and Career Development. You will first need to have a YouTube account and a channel set up on YouTube before you do the steps in this video. And these steps to set up an account and a channel are described in a handout and a video that's being reviewed in class in week 3. Both of these items are posted under week 3 on Blackboard. So you do need to have your YouTube account and channel set up first, following the steps outlined in that video and handout. And once you have put those things in place, then you can come back to this video and look at how to actually upload your video to YouTube. So once you have your channel set up on YouTube, you will need to have a video file ready to post. It could be a practice video for your branding statement and elevator pitch, or it could be some other little video, just to have something handy that you can use to try practicing the steps to upload. You don't necessarily have to publish it for public consumption. So the first thing you're going to do in order to get your video uploaded is to go to youtube.com, and you're going to sign in to your YouTube account. So I have 2 Gmail accounts, and I use both of them for different channels on YouTube. You may have just set up a YouTube account yourself and don't have a Gmail, and that's fine. So just log into whatever way you use to log into YouTube, either with your Google account or with your Gmail account. Once you have logged in, second, you're going to look for the little camera icon in the upper right-hand corner that has this little plus sign here that you can see. So you're going to click on that icon, and then you will see this little drop-down menu, and we're just going to go to Upload Video. I just want to mention here that there are other features that are going to show up as we're doing this process that I'm not going to take the time to show you right now because you don't really need them for the assignment. But as an example, you can actually go live and record your video while you are live on YouTube. But in this case, we are just going to upload a video. So you're going to click on that option in the drop-down menu, and then you can see this screen that says you're going to select files. So you need to know where your video file is so that you can click on it, and you can either drag and drop it, or you can just click on Select Files and choose your file, which is what I'm going to do. Well, I have opened up my files now, which allows me to then click on the video that I want to use. You can see I did a few different takes when I was recording my self-promotion video, which I showed you in class in week 2. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to open that file. And now it is giving me the option to enter some details. So once you have identified the file, you'll see that it starts to say, tells you whether it's uploaded, whether it's processed. So you're going to, you can do some things on this screen while you're waiting for all of that to happen. So the first thing that you want to do is to put in a clear descriptive title. So in my case, I'm just going to put my name, and I'm going to put self-promotion video, or something similar to that. So you want to have a descriptive title so that when it shows up on YouTube, that it actually tells people, you know, what it is. It's got some kind of a descriptive title, not just my video. You can put a brief description in below if you wish. It is not really necessary for the purpose of the assignment, but when you're sharing your self-promotion video with employers, you may want to put something in here to give them a way to reach you by providing your LinkedIn profile or some other way to reach you if you have a website, for example. However, it would not be a good practice to share your email address here if you have made your video posted publicly, as it means then anyone can see it. So normally for my videos, I don't put any description in, I just put the title. And then what you want to do is to scroll down, and I'll come back to the thumbnails in just a moment. So the next thing that YouTube requires you to indicate is whether or not the video is made for kids. And of course it is not. So you want to click on no, it's not made for kids. You don't want to click on yes, because then they'll put you through a bunch of security things and they double check that it's, it's an okay content for kids. And then you want to click on show more, because there are a couple of other things that you need to do here. So again, I'm going to scroll past some of the things that you don't need to know about right now, and we're just going to go past all of those things. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. You can go back later and do a deeper dive into some of these features and decide if you want to put any of them on your video. I don't use any of these features. I just scroll right down to the bottom, and I leave all of this in place. I leave all of that in place, the things that are defaulted and checked. Now, the category of this section, the category in this section, you do need to pick a category. It's going to force you to do that. So it can be a little hard to identify an appropriate category for the purpose of the self-promotion video, as there really aren't any categories, let's say, related to work search. But you can see all of the options here, and I'm going to suggest that probably, unless you have a compelling reason for putting yourself under a different heading, I'm going to suggest that probably people and blogs would be the most appropriate heading for you. I always check education and just leave it checked, because obviously all of my videos are being posted for an educational setting. The other thing that you will want to do is to select whether you want to allow people to make comments on your video. So you can see this little section called comment visibility, and also whether people can rate your video, like or dislike, using icons. So just going back to the comments first, for the purpose of the assignment, it would be best to not allow comments or even likes or dislikes. So comments can be particularly tricky for this purpose, for this video, because if you're not looking at your channel every day and you give this link to an employer and they watch it and then they post a comment, unless you are checking your channel every day, you're not going to see that comment. If they say, gee, great video, I'd really like to talk with you, please call me at this number, and you don't see that for 3 days, so that's not a very quick follow-up. And also, you really don't want anyone else to see if there are comments being left by employers or anyone else who's looking at your video. And if you decide to share your self-promotion video with prospective employers, you can, of course, adjust these settings later if you want to allow comments and likes or dislikes. So normally, I disable the comments. I don't want to show how many viewers like or dislike this video. Again, think about it from the perspective of the employer. If your video, let's say, has been up for over a year, and you can see that there are like 200 people have either liked or disliked your video, an employer might look at that and say, gee, that person's had that video up a long time and it looks like they haven't been able to get employment. I wonder, why that's the case. So you want to just ensure that you keep it all as clean as possible and that it makes the best possible impression on employers. So I do recommend that you disable comments and you take out the how many viewers like or dislike your video. So once you've got all of that checked off, we're going to go to next. Actually, let me backtrack here. Normally, I just want to come back to this idea of the thumbnails. Sometimes they don't show up right away and you get clicking through next to the final screen, and then the thumbnail shows up there and you have to backtrack to this page to fix it. So what you want to look at is they give you 3 options for what appears, the picture that shows what's in your video. So that's what they call a thumbnail. It's just an image from the video that they select randomly. So you want to look at your different thumbnails and decide which of these you like the best. Now, I don't like this picture because I must have been blinking or looking down for a second, so my eyes look closed. I'm not sure I'm crazy about that one. I know I'm speaking, but I think my preference would be for this one. I look like I'm engaged. I look like I'm smiling a little bit, so I like that thumbnail. So I'm going to click on that one as my choice of what's going to appear when I actually post the video. So as I said, normally the thumbnails, sometimes when you're uploading, they don't show up right away, and you click on, you wait and wait and it doesn't come. So you just go to the next screen, and sometimes you get to the end and then it shows you the thumbnail and you have to backtrack and fix it. So I'll show you where that shows up in just a second. Video elements we are going to skip over. I'm just not even going to spend time really explaining all of this. You don't need it for the assignment. Again, you can come back later and do a deeper dive into looking at some of these things. So skip over this screen and click on Next. Now you want to wait for, when you're on this screen where it says Checks, to wait for it to say checks complete, no issues found. So what that's telling you is that your video, it looks good, it can be uploaded, there aren't any reasons why it can't be uploaded. So they're all satisfied with, at their end from a technical standpoint, with how the video looks and that it can be uploaded. So once you see that message, then click on Next. Now we're really almost pretty much done in terms of what you're going to be doing with the video in terms of getting it posted. This screen is important, so let me explain to you what you're seeing. This is the visibility screen that tells you where you're going to publish your video and how many people can see it. So your options are private, unlisted, and public. The private option means that only you can watch your video, and people that you choose can watch your video. And so that means that you can only share it privately, and no one else can see it. We don't want to do this because it means that you wouldn't be able to give the link to employers. Once it's listed as private, you can show it to other people from your video, but that's all. If you decide to make your video unlisted, that means that only people that you give the link to can see it. And if you are concerned about privacy, and I will have addressed this in the LinkedIn profile assignment, but there are options, always options to protect your privacy if you're concerned about that. So if you really don't want to make your video public, your self-promotion video, you can click on Unlisted, and then you would just be providing me with the link. So you need to make it available to me so I can mark it, and you would do that either through Unlisted or public. And of course, public means that anyone can see your video if they search for it. So if I publish this and list it as a self-promotion video, and someone goes and searches for a self-promotion video, they might find my video if it's been published recently. So the only option that you couldn't use here would be private, because if you mark it private, I won't be able to access it for marking. So that's what you need to do to make your video available. Let's assume that we're going to make it public for now, but as I said, you can make it unlisted if you like. And then you're just going to, oh, sorry, before I do the publish. So there you can see the thumbnail. So again, this goes back to the very first screen. Out of the 3 that were available, this was the image that I selected to appear on the thumbnail. So you're then just going to click on Publish. And because it was already uploaded and ready to go, it doesn't take very long for that process to happen. And then you have got the video link here. You can share it any place you want to, provided that you have made it either public or unlisted. So you can easily provide this link to anybody who you would like to see the video. So your video is now uploaded. You can click on Close, and you can see that anything that you have uploaded recently would be made available, and sorry, not made available, would be in a list that you have here. And so if you have a lot of videos listed, like I do, because I put up lots of videos for my courses, you can see all of my videos here. And you have an option to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified anytime that that your video that the channel that you've subscribed to has posted a video. You can also delete videos this way, and I'm just noticing that I had done an extra draft of a video recently that I should have probably taken down. And it's asking me to ensure that I really do want to delete that video, and I do. So you can clean up your videos using your content. Lots of ways to look at your dashboard and all these other options, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but you can take a look at those things again anytime you want to explore some of the other features on YouTube. It may take a few minutes for your video to upload. Mine uploaded pretty quickly because it was pretty small and short. It depends on the speed of your connection. So the link on that final screen that I showed you will be the link that you can copy and paste whenever you want to. But the other thing I want to mention is that subtitles will be added automatically to your video as well. It can just take a few minutes for them to appear once you have published it. So once you have published the video, if you yourself go to YouTube to have a look at it, in fact, we can try that now and just see if the closed captions are there.
Hello everyone, I'm Diane Moore. I'm an award-winning post-secondary educator.
Okay, it looks like the closed captions are there. So because the video was short and it didn't take long to upload, but sometimes longer videos, it can take a while for the captions to show up. So don't worry about that. There is an option to upload your own captions. That is very labor intensive. And again, that's a feature that you can look at if it interests you to do that. So that's it for now. You are now finished uploading your video to YouTube, and then all you have to do, if you're doing, let's say, the branding statement and self-promotion and elevator pitch self-promotion video, that you just have to provide that link on the, I think it's the week 5 discussion board, and then you're done with uploading your video. So I hope that has helped you to get the idea of how to do videos. It really takes a lot longer to explain this than it does to actually do it. So once you get the hang of this, I'm sure you'll be able to do this task in 5 minutes or less. That's it for now, and thanks for watching. And again, don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions at all.